Good day, merry meet. My name is Glennis, and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. It seems like a very long time, so you'll have to excuse my chattering away. I have kind of been off of YouTube for a couple of 3 weeks or so. I've had, a few things going on here and there, some good, some not. And I'm doing very well. I'm feeling just fine. And I have to say, I was snowed in a bit. And if you weren't, well, then that's great for you. But thankfully, thankfully, I was able to work from home. We had about 2 weeks that it was just, the weather here was just really awful. I went to bed one night. I knew that it was coming. I knew that it was coming. Now, bear in mind, I'm only 2 blocks from the main road here. Now, in the area that I live in, they are pretty good about putting out salt and sand and, things like that. And then plowing once, a snow event has happened. It has to be an event. But not on the side roads. So I went to bed that night with it raining. I woke up once and it was sleeting. And I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good, And then I woke up again, probably about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was snowing. So we had rain, sleet, snow. So I stayed up. And then it started to rain again on top of the snow and the sleet. And then it started to sleet again and then snow. So we had basically probably that much of nothing but ice and muck on the roads. I mean, it was so bad that when I would just, it was a challenge for me just to get my garbage out. And so it was a good, solid 7-day week before I could even venture out walking on the street to go down to see how the main roads were doing. There was absolutely no traffic moving through here. The only traffic moving through here for probably a 5-day week were people with four-wheelers. And in a way, excuse me, in a way, I guess it was kind of good because they at least would rough up the road a little bit. But I had to wait a week and a half until I could get out to go 2 blocks to get to the main road. So I worked from home. I had a few other things during that time going on that I just had to take off and just kind of, just heal myself. But I'm back and I'm feeling just fine. Although I've been crazy. I don't know about you guys, but spring I think is here. And I've been crazy busy. I've been starting seeds and, of course, doing my regular work. I'm still traveling. Now that the snow is gone, I'm going to be traveling up to the Hollow, and I'm going to be doing some work, although it's going to be really super quick. I've got to wait until the next holiday so I can take a week off and a long weekend. So it's going to be crazy busy, but I had someone who is a subscriber, and he is a YouTuber too, excuse me. And he is a YouTuber too, and I kind of threw out the idea of doing like a sunflower room or a fort or something like that. And he said, yes, I would like to see that. So I'm going to be doing a sunflower room. And I will, I think I'll do a video. I'll take you through the process of how I'm going to do it anyway. And then this year, although I wasn't going to do a garden, with the prices, I don't know about where you guys are, but our prices are going up kind of crazy here. So with the prices of vegetables that I've seen lately, I'm going to go ahead and do a garden this year, and I will be doing a, you know, like a brief garden tour every now and again. So, and I hope you join me for that because I love my gardening. And this year I think I'm going to be doing kind of different things. Last year was tomatoes and peppers and things like that. This year I think I'm going to do, you know, a couple of this, a couple of that, and so I can have a really, really big variety of things. Because for me, gardening is, instead of going to the store, I'm going to go to the garden and make my meal from the garden. So, but that's definitely a few weeks away because people have told me in the area, and I learned the hard way, but they've told me don't try to plant anything, whether it be annuals or your garden, before, I believe they said before Easter. And I tried it one year and I learned the hard way. You don't do it. So I'm going to wait. But I want to give away, and that's what this video is about today. I want to give away from Dawn, and her YouTube channel is, I believe, Dawn Nightbloom. And she is a lovely, lovely young lady. She, you know, does a few spells, a few oils, and different things like that. And when she has her witch's moon, which is what this box is, she will come on and open that up. But I entered a giveaway, and I've won. So I'm so thrilled about that. But I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Now she did send me a card ahead of time, so no worries. But I'm gonna go ahead, and there's a card here, and there's some burlap here. And you guys know, when you send things, it's not gonna get tossed aside. I will find a good use for this burlap. And I see a few things here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this card and take you guys through it. And let's see what is the most wonderful time of the year. And let's see what we have. She says, thank you for the beautiful card that I sent to her, and congrats on winning the contest. I have included some things I hope you like. Okay. And the number one thing that she has included here is an owl from her altar space, from her working altar, which if anyone that sends you something from their working altar, it has a lot of energy. And it's been, gosh, probably a year ago now. She came and did a video. I don't even remember what it was about, and she brought an owl out, and I said, oh, Dawn. And I did like a VR. I said, you have I think it was a pillow, if my memory serves me. But I said, oh my gosh, I've got an owl pillow too. And I did like just a really quick video. But she is one of those YouTubers that I look to, and I think I called her out on it one time. But that, for me, when her videos upload, I know exactly what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna get a little bit of comfort and a little bit of consistency, and sometimes, especially in these trying times, I need a little bit of consistency. And so she provides that for me. I'm very selfish, but you know what? Thank you so much. I'm just so incredibly honored that you would send me something from your working altar. And I'm going to actually put him on my working altar for a short while, and then he's going to go with my other little owls. I've got a lot of owls happening, and I have collected owls, all of well, almost all of my life. When I started, in the craft, I started collecting owls, and not realizing at one point in time I would have not one but two or three close encounters with the largest owl I've ever seen in my life. And there was a lot of people that, you need to be more careful, you should be afraid. And you guys, some of you know that know me well, I just don't have that fear. I just, I can't explain it. Something like that, I knew instinctively, he's not going to hurt me. He's following me. But, thank you so much. I'm going to set him, actually, I should set him right here and get my spectacles on. And cotton hand-picked, blessed on Hecate's altar. And I see that here. And here is the cotton that she sent that has been on Hecate's altar. And I have, I don't have it, it's hanging up here, but I have a cotton wreath. Cotton's a very good protector, and even though because I can see a bag here, some of the bags, the mojo bags that you make are muslin or velvet, something like that. But if you can make them with cotton, they're very good protection. So I'm going to set this right here. And cotton, of course, for me, and this is all starting to play out and unfold. I can see it unfolding now before me. None of these things, and she may not realize it, but some of these things mean something specifically to me, because as far as cotton is concerned, I grew up, of course, you guys know, on the Gulf Coast, where we rarely, I think twice in my lifetime, because I left the deep Gulf Coast, I think probably when I was 30-ish, and even after I left then, I only saw snow once. So for us in the very deep South, to see snow, a field of cotton was the closest thing that we came. And you would see just a vast field of white, puffy, fluffy stuff. And so this is as close as I came. So not only is this incredible protection, but it's a nod to my youth. And a beautiful, beautiful bag here. I don't want to put so much glare on it for you guys, but it is really, really, really pretty. Very, very well done. Oops. Very well done. And I will just, I think, sit that like there. And she is saying for protecting for 3 weeks. So I'm actually getting ready with the wheel turning. I'm getting ready to take everything down from my sacred space and completely redoing it. And so I will place these back on my altar. And it's just, thank you so much. It's just so incredibly appreciated. And I can absolutely see what this is. This is jasmine. And you guys know I incorporate jasmine a little bit into some of the teas that I blend and brew here. But jasmine's also really, really good in spell work. So if you want to see a little bit of spell work with jasmine, drop me a comment below and let me know. Yes, I would love to see a little bit of spell work with jasmine. And some incense, which is Nag Champa. And Nag Champa is one of my absolute favorites. One of my favorites. I have Nag Champa in essential oil, and I very often put it in my diffuser because I just love it so. And I don't always want smoke, filling the house, but this is going to get burned as soon as I take. everything down from here, put everything back. I'm absolutely going to be burning some of this. And don't know what that is. Now, this is hand harvested desert sage. And oh my goodness, this means so much to me. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And white sage with roses. Now this also, I believe this also, I'm not sure if this is roses or not, but white sage with roses. I do love a good smoke, good cleansing. Let's see. What is in here? Okay. Let's see if it's okay. This, and I'm gonna try to pull this out as best that I can. I think, yeah. This is a beautiful, beautiful example of thistle for protection. I think you guys can see this. And I have actually some other pieces of thistle in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a small, like little vase that I can incorporate this into a little bit of an arrangement, because thistle is actually very, very good for protection. But for me, I have Scottish roots, and thistle means so much to me as far as my Scottish roots are concerned. I believe thistle was, I don't know what the proper terminology is, but it is the national emblem for Scotland. I believe that was, I think, the 11th century. But it is a symbol of nobility and graciousness. And as it turns out, as it just turns out, and you know, I'm finding it kind of odd. Each individual thing here plays into me and my life. So I'm wondering, I don't think it's a coincidence, but I have been thrifting, you know, a little bit here and there, not nearly as much as I should or could be, but I've been, you know, probably like you guys, really, really busy. And I'm going to be making a haul video very, very soon. But in one of my hauls, I found something that was hand carved with the thistle, and so that I'm going to incorporate into my new home. So thank you. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful small arrangement. It's going to be glorious. And I've never tried to grow thistle, but this is just beautiful. Thank you. And okay, incense, and let's see, a muslin bag. And this is, let's see what this is. Okay, this is a triple moon hand-painted stone blessed on Hecate's altar for 3 days. I think you guys can see it. This is one of those nice palm stones. I mean, to me, this is what this kind of reminds me of. So again, this is one of those things when I'm taking and I'm putting my altar back together, I will incorporate into my altar. And thank you. Okay, let's see. Now here is a little skull candle, and she knows how I love my little skulls. And you know, you just never know. You might can do like a little hollow skull spell with this. I know, I'm so bad. and a candle, which, you know, I know a lot of people have said, oh my goodness, it's a black candle. To me, a black candle is not any different than a white candle, blue, pink, purple. Black, the color itself, is the presence of all colors. So, because white isn't a color. So, but, and again, I'm kind of harping back onto my mundane life, but, you know, there's nothing to be worried about a black candle. It's what you do with it. So it can be used for really great purposes. Protection. Anytime you don't have a red candle or, you know, brown, whatever, black is a very, very good substitute, because at some point in time, red is in here, or blue is in here, or brown, or whatever the case may be. And I believe that she has sent me some salt. I'm not seeing it here. And that's going to be a lot of fun too. And again, that's one of those things, once you know, if you're doing a house cleanse or sacred space cleanse and taking things, cleansing things back, you may want to sprinkle a little bit of this out and about. Or if you're doing a home cleanse, and which I hope that you guys don't need to be doing that, but it's one of those things to sprinkle across your threshold, in the corners of your house, inside, you know, whatever it is that you need. And I believe this is the last thing. And let me get my glasses on. And it is a ritualated quartz. And it's really incredibly beautiful. And I'm hoping, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to pick up on this, but I'm hoping there's not too much glare on it. I'll turn it over. There's varying degrees of ritualated quartz. Ritualated quartz is quartz, just like clear quartz, with, I believe it's called rituals, I believe, rutils, but it's called ritualated, but they're rutil. And the rutil are the strands. Sometimes they're, you know, orange, gold, and I see a little bit of orange and gold in here, a little bit of yellow up here, and sometimes a ritualated quartz, and that just means that it has strands of rutil in it. Sometimes they have dark, like smudges in it. Now, what I don't know everything about ritualated quartz. Now, we all know quartz is a very, very good substitute for, you know, a stone that you don't have. It's a very, very good stand-in. But this is a combination of two quartz stones. So they kind of work together pretty good. From my understanding, they are very good if you have trouble getting to sleep quickly. And I believe I don't have trouble sleeping, and I don't have trouble with, you know, bad dreams, but this is supposed to help with bad dreams. But now I have to wonder if this was put together, and Dawn could tell me, because ritualated quartz is very good. As you know, over the past few weeks, I've been talking about working and balancing your chakras, clearing your chakras, opening them up, And a ritualated quartz is something that you can, if you're fortunate enough to find in a necklace, earrings, a ring, a bracelet, something like that would be just wonderful. But it is, ritualated quartz is very good for aura cleansing. It is very good working with your chakras, and it helps with balancing your chakras. So if you start to do a mindful meditation, and I hope that you are by now, but a lot of people, and you will read it, a lot of people will say, well, to practice mindful meditation, you have to do the lotus position and do your mindful meditation, your mindful breathing. But I have done, and I was doing yoga way back when I graduated high school. It's a long time ago. And I find the best way to practice mindful breathing, mindful meditation is flat on my back. That way I can go starting from the top of my head to the very bottom of my feet and go through each individual one and bring it in total relaxation. And that way, you're not, because honestly, I haven't done yoga in, as far as like a pose and holding a pose, and certainly not the lotus position. I don't know that I could do it now. I could, I guess, go and try and say, yep, I'm good. But I do practice yoga along with graceful movements. So I might do a pose and it leads to another one. So it's kind of like slow Tai Chi yoga. Because, I'm not striking a pose and holding it. I'm moving from one to another to another. So, but anyway, and lotus is not in that scenario. But I hope that if you are starting to work with your chakras, because this is the one thing that will help you. And I know each individual chakra has each individual crystals and stones and things like that. And if you don't feel like you can afford to go out and start investing in crystals, you can find something like this, and this will serve several different purposes with your sleep, with your chakras, with cleansing and promoting your spiritual growth. This energizes your aura. This is also really great if you can find a necklace or something. This promotes and helps you with your creativity. If you are in a Zoom meeting or, something like that, this works wonders if you're not feeling very creative, this opens a lot of things up and opens your mind up. But if you are going to do, or if you just happen to need to do a healing spell or something like that for yourself or for someone else, and if you happen to use, one crystal or another for a healing spell, this is another very valuable thing to add to any of your healing works, because it aids a lot of other crystals in not only your spell workings but your healing spells. So there you go. This is just, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. It seems like every single thing that she sent, that she put together, has fit into not only my mundane life, but in my magical life. And so, yeah, this is really, really amazing. It's very amazing how things work like that. But I will be doing a haul video soon, and I hope that you watch then. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me, and Dawn, I want to thank you so much for all of the wonderful, thoughtfully put together gifts, because I can't really say that I won a giveaway. I view this as, yes, winning a giveaway, but there was a lot of love and a lot of thought put into this. So this means so much more than just a giveaway. I have done 1 or 2 giveaways myself, and one, I really was not familiar with that particular person, so I can't say that the things that I included in their package meant something to them. But now the next giveaway I did actually was kind of, as a subscriber, I was kind of somewhat familiar with her. But when I started, and again, when I go into my cabinet and I'm starting to put things together, and I'm back here, I'm by myself, of course, and I'm kind of zoning out a little bit, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to put together. And I believe that, I think I made her a private video, and the things that I put together, I don't know why I put them together, but I did give her the purpose of all the reasons why this is so you have clarity, so that you can see things for what they actually are. And I believe a lot of the things that I put in her package really, really resonated with her. And she kind of said, did anyone ever tell you you were psychic? And I'm thinking, this is all of my life. All of my life. So I am happy that I can do it to help other people. And clearly, Dawn is very psychically attuned as well. I want you guys to have a wonderful, awesome rest of the day, rest of the week. Stay happy, healthy, and please stay safe. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.